gases. It's perfectly clear that the cabin crew should follow high hygiene standards. Regular showering, a deodorant, and breath spray never hurt anybody. One thing that flight attendants might be upset about is that they aren't allowed to wear heavy perfumes to work, even if it's their favorite signature scent. You've definitely seen them walk down the aisle offering you chicken or fish, but have you ever spotted a flight attendant eating a sandwich or drinking some soda? No? Well, that's because they aren't allowed to be eating or drinking in front of passengers. They can only do it in the galley or in special areas where you won't see them. Even when there is a loud group of teenagers sitting next to a crying baby and a barking toy terrier right next to them, cabin crew members can't pop in some earplugs or put on headphones with some ambient tunes. Your safety is #1 priority, so they must be able to hear any signals, including emergency ones and lavatory and passenger call bells. There are height restrictions that differ from airline to airline and aren't to discriminate candidates, but to ensure passenger safety. When a person can't reach the overhead compartment, they won't be able to stow bags or get the medical kit out. For a person that's too tall, performing regular and emergency plane duties will be a problem as well. Some companies just measure the height, and others add arm reach in there. Most airlines have restrictions regarding the amount and types of jewelry flight attendants can wear. Tongue and nose piercings are obviously a no-go. Some airlines also limit the number of rings they can wear to 2. Long dangly earrings and large hoops are mostly not allowed for safety concerns. They can catch on to something, and that would be a problem during evacuation. Some airlines limit the amount of earrings to 1 pair, even if they are small and subtle. Flight attendants aren't like restaurant or hotel staff and can't accept tips. The best way you can show appreciation as a passenger is by being friendly and polite. Oh, by the way, cabin crew members aren't supposed to carry or exchange cash at all when they are on duty. Even if the flight is perfectly uneventful and their colleagues are alert, crew members aren't allowed to sleep when on a plane. The only exception is long-haul flights, when they have special sleeping areas and work in shifts. Female crew members can't go barefaced. They are expected to wear some makeup, nothing too crazy of course, no pink eyeshadow or black lipstick, but something light to complement their natural beauty. It differs from airline to airline, but some lip color is a must in most cases. Flight attendants must renew their makeup on long-haul flights, but not in front of passengers. Nails have to be neat and clean, ideally short and clear or red, definitely not extreme or neon. If their hair is below the shoulders, flight attendants have to wear it in a bun or ponytail. Top knots, crazy volume, dreadlocks, mohawks, cornrows, and even massive waves or curls aren't welcome. Hair must be neat and tidy at all times, and of natural color. Pink and purple don't count as natural colors, in case you were wondering. And one more thing, roots in a different color mustn't show. Grooming requirements for male crew members restrict beard and mustache length. No crazy fancy styles, and only close trimming is allowed. Some airlines are even stricter and let the crew have beards only if they help hide facial imperfections. And of course, nostrils, ears, and underarms must be free from hair that can be seen by passengers. You never see them out of uniform unless they want to break company rules. Cabin crew members aren't allowed to interact with passengers wearing anything else than their uniform, so they mostly change into it before they arrive at the airport and don't take it off until they get home or to the hotel after the flight. When they're wearing a uniform, a flight attendant is representing the airline, even when they are on the ground and not on board. So they can indulge into their bad habits, hang out in bars, or chew gum whenever their uniform is on. Here's another rule for the sake of airline reputation. A crew member can't slouch, and at some companies even put their hands in the pockets or cross their arms with their uniform on. Some airlines even have catwalks at their training centers to practice the supermodel walk. Their smile must be impeccable. You won't see a flight attendant with visible teeth defects or missing tooth. Clear teeth braces are fine, and visible metallic dental fillings aren't. They aren't allowed to use all the items in the first aid kit. Yes, they are trained to provide first aid and mostly CPR certified, but they must wait for a professional doctor to use some of the medical tools and items in the kit. Even if screaming is in their mentality, cabin crew members are supposed to turn the volume down. First of all, it can disturb passengers trying to get some rest. Second, in a confined space, sound travels way easier, and passengers really don't have to know about the crew's personal life or work issues. The way they speak also matters. Bad accent, substandard language, or slang words aren't welcome. And of course, good manners are important. They can't take advantage of their position. No free flights for friends or family members, and they can't sneak in packages with forbidden items for friends or family members aboard either. Cabin crew members go through the same, if not stricter, security checks as passengers do before getting on the plane. There are also luggage item restrictions. Normally it's one suitcase and one tote bag that must be black. And when on board, they can't offer you to buy their handmade eye mask or subscribe to their travel blog. No soliciting allowed. Cabin crew members can't enter the cockpit whenever they want, because why would they distract the pilots for no reason and risk everyone's safety? If they do want to come in for a good reason, they usually have to phone the pilots first to open that cockpit coded door, and have someone hold the curtain so that nobody else sneaks in. And no, they can't tell the pilots to fly faster for you to catch your connecting flight. Even if you desperately need a place to practice yoga or hide from an overly talky lady sitting next to you, flight attendants can't let you hang out in the galley. This place is reserved for the crew. They cook meals here and keep things they need during the flight. The only excuse for you to be here as a passenger is waiting in line to the bathroom. They won't help you out even if you aren't feeling well after a long flight, because they don't leave the plane until all passengers do. If you need assistance, they can call someone from the airport staff to escort you off the plane. If there is no external assistance available and a passenger really can't leave the plane themselves, they'll have to be patient and wait for all other passengers to exit. Only then, flight attendants can step outside the plane.